you'll learn how to really learn. And what I mean by that is, it's really not the book, although that's part of it, and it's not the lecture, although that's the other part of it. It really is this combination and this conversation that happens between you and your peers and your professors.
Kind of just do games. That's pretty much the entirety of me in a nutshell.
What games?
Right now, I'm really into like World of Warcraft or I don't know, like a Destiny 2 or Hearthstone.
Yeah, so I like to just hang out, I like to play games, I like to hang out with friends, read books, pretty much anything to really kind of immerse myself in a story. Like, I like games, I like books, I like movies, TV, whatever. But then other things I like to go, like hiking, I like biking, that kind of stuff.
Most about myself is I actually am quite outdoorsy. I like to take photography. That's where my photography and music is where my skills lie. And so I'm either out taking photos, editing them, or I'm making my own songs and just kind of working with music. I play violin. I've been at it for 8 years now. And school-wise, this is my second year at Boise State. I'm a sophomore, changing majors into GIMM.
Well, right now I'm doing GIMM because, wanted to go to school, first my family to, go to college, and I've always liked games, but more importantly, I liked the experience of, like, breaking down a game, like, thematically and, like, mechanically. Not necessarily, like, mechanics is in the code, but, like, how the design comes together.
I'm 18. I'm from Tennessee. I love animals.
Well, of course I like gaming. That's why I'm in here. I especially I've been biking recently, so I've been really into that. I've especially been into, I used to play football a lot before this, and then I kind of, lost that.
You went to college.
I went to college. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna fit in very well. Everyone in there, so I went off that.
So I'm from the islands. I'm from Saipan. It's over 6,000 miles from here, so I traveled a long way to get here. I love the cold weather. At first I didn't. I absolutely hated it.
GIMM does have kind of a mythical arc. There's this, there's the initiation where it's like, oh my gosh, this is a different place, in a different world, what am I gonna do? How do I figure it out? And then there's, the people you meet along the way that help you. And then you have I'll call them the quote unquote quests or whatever. They're usually your projects, right? That, besides the skills that they teach you, they also, I think actually the most important part is they teach you who you are.
Kind of just a full newcomer. I know just how to do websites. I took like a CSS HTML course before this in high school, but other than that, pretty much coming in fresh.
I got into software development and found that I really enjoyed it. And it came kind of easy to me, so I was like, you know what, let's just continue this, get my bachelor's, and kind of see where it goes.
Yeah. Then are you, would you say you're more of that programmatic side?
Oh yeah, I have the artistic skill of a turtle.
I definitely know that I'm more knowledgeable in the art side of things. I know almost nothing about coding. I've done things throughout the years that involved coding, but I was always on the group that just wired things or built things.
Right.
So coding isn't necessarily where my knowledge is. It's always been artistically, but I am open to learn.
I'm from Meridian Technical Charter, so I took the programming class there. So I have experience, but still not a lot of experience.
I definitely consider myself more in the creative field of artist, of art, like animation and stuff like that. I'm not deep into it. I'm sticking my toes in the water, feeling it out. I've always been interested in the mechanics of how, of how in the animations and stuff like that, more so than the coding part.
I'm interested in filming techniques, framing, dialogue, and writing. I'm also interested, which has also brought me into video games because I like playing video games, and in some ways they use the same kind of aspects of a film.
In high school, I did start in high school. I had a computer science So I did have a somewhat of coding, so I kind of know a little bit, but not so much.
Yeah.
I'm not like coming in like, oh, I know everything. No.
And I was more interested in the art aspect of it, the more like designing, like creating and like drawing, I guess, animating, I guess.
I know that it's like, especially the first year, it's very stressful. So I do a lot of things where, I'll run around and, laugh and tell whatever to get them to laugh. And I also use the stick, right? I'm also like, hey, now we gotta get this done, boom, 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 right? And I guess the art of teaching is knowing when to carrot stick, how to use them effectively. I do this so that they're at ease with who they are. And in that, even though they're doing something hard, and in that moment they like understand, I can be this person, or I am this person, and I can make a difference.
Other than just doing games, I do hope to possibly have the opportunity of getting onto the Bungie team, their whole dev team, because right now with me playing a lot of Destiny 2, I know a lot of things from community-wise that would, help kind of improve their portion of the game and that. So that's something that I'm looking into.
Well, personally, my long end goal is to like eventually have my own studio. I like kind of the business end of it as well, and I just love like the design aspect behind everything, even though I'm horrible at the design aspect behind it.
It's a little like hard for me to say as I originally was going to go into my original major was in music composition with a minor in computer science. I wanted to go into sound design and then eventually work my way up to be like a composer for one of the entertainment studios around. But I'm changing majors now, so I don't really have like a path anymore. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, I definitely want to make games to give people like those story experiences. That's what I like want to do. I want to make like the games like people talk about.
Right. I do want to go into game development. Like I love the whole everything, but I do want to go into that. But I want to be my own owner. I'm gonna try to make my own company, and I'm gonna really make that. I'm gonna make games. I'm gonna make media. I'm gonna make everything that I've learned here into my own company.
I kind of just wanted to dive into it more, but I also want to go back and kind of teach that back in the islands, because that's not something we have.
A living community, it has a spirit, it has a way, and people will pick up on that, and it can help people really reach a different part of themselves that they never knew was there. And in some ways, I do think that the students that come here, either they understand it, or maybe they hear about the program. But I think these are students that are in general very in touch with or wanting to make a difference. Maybe again, they don't always know what that is. But by and large, what I see from the first semester till the whole arc, the 4 years here, is I really usually see a series of the blossoming of a lot of people and becoming of these individuals that know, this is what I was put on this earth to do.
You've met Anthony Ellickson. You've gotten introduced to how philosophical the guy is. If you had to take a lesson or an ideal that he's teaching you and put it into one sentence, what would you say he's really pushing? What would you say he's really trying to teach you guys?
Difficult.
It's a little hard, but
One sentence.
Okay,
I don't even know what to say. There's so many what is there to single out from you?
What you put behind your work is more important than anything, just in general.
We're not just developers, we're the future of humanity. We're the future of society.
That's a really good one.
you're going to fail and you're going to learn to like it.
How to break down all the things we're seeing and make something new out of them.
Coding is a language that you need to learn, and the best way to learn is to practice over and over.
I would say perseverance, but with care
just trying your best, right? I
Yeah.
think that's just with anything.
Just try. Like, even if, like, he said, like, there are people who have repeated this class. Not that I want to, but he's just like, as long as you try and you get to it, like, he wants us to fail more than anything.
I want you to learn how to be a committed person. And committed it means a lot of things, right? It's not the knowledge that we can give you, although that's important. I mean, we can teach you something that's like, this is topical and this is the moment, that you're going to use this, right? But especially in our discipline, that comes and goes. And so really what I want you to find, the students that is I want them to find that thing in themselves, that that passion or that a sense of mission that helps them make a commitment. It can be different for everybody, but in order to make the world a better place, which is, I think, in some respects what education is supposed to do, right? It has to turn out people, or it has to help people, I should say, realize what they're really capable of.
No idea.
That's pretty good. I
Oh,
like
That was good.
What do you call a no idea without any legs? No idea still.
like holy